Good afternoon and welcome to Have a Chat. I'm Audrey Lynch with my beautiful co-star Judy Loge.
I love spending time with you, Audrey.
Yes, Mondays are great. Great, just because we get to hang out together.
Yes, and because Vero's away, she will be back next week or the week after, but she's just done some business.
Yes.
But I do think that we have a great rapport, and it's easy being with you because people have to realize that we do not get together before the show whatsoever.
No, we don't.
So it's spontaneous.
Yeah, it's
very,
very.
I don't talk to you all week except for maybe a text to say how are things, but we don't discuss
we check in on Sundays, and then we show up here 30 minutes before the show, and we just wing it.
We wing it, and I think I'm going to give ourselves
a
little
that's
pat on the back.
I think that's what viewers like about our show. It's off the cuff.
Exactly.
It's not so scripted.
Not rehearsed.
No, exactly.
It
That's
is what
just
it is.
It's the full Monty,
yes,
however you want to look at it. We've got a great show lined up for our viewers today. An inspiring story from Dion Peterson. His life. Story is going to be coming up later. But first we're going to start off our show like we usually do with our quick chat portion of the show, talking about events and things that have happened, what we were up to this weekend. But we want to start off with our positive quote of the day, which is your turn. You're going to give me something, and I haven't even heard it. I haven't even heard what she came up with.
To get a reaction.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm listening.
Something very beautiful happens to people when their world has fallen apart. A humility, a nobility, a higher intelligence emerges at just the point when our knees hit the floor. Marianne Williamson.
No, that is so true. You realize, sometimes I think in life we think we don't have the strength or we couldn't possibly cope or get through it or do it. But when you're at the lowest, you only have up to look. You only have up to go.
Right.
And it is amazing where you pull your strength from and how you can get through that and how that can even inspire others who see that in you.
It's so true and so well put, Audrey, and
it goes really well with today's show.
Pick that quote for today's show's theme.
It's excellent.
Yes,
excellent.
And your knees hit that floor, and then it's like, okay, I'm down on my knees, and you might say to God, get me up, or just to people around you, help me up.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I like the quote a lot.
It is. It's perfect for today's show. What happened over the weekend? We were both, you were off somewhere.
I went to my
partying, birthday party.
Yeah, which is a great thing because there's so much negativity in this world that you really take joy from the family celebrations, and my dad's niece celebrated her 50th in Fredericton. So we made the trip over, a bunch of us and our family, and we had a beautiful time with cake and singing and just opening presents. And family to me is essential. I have many, many friends, but my family are my rock.
No, I think a lot of people are something that's something that they can say.
I just feel so blessed. And I came home in the car and I said to my parents who were with me, I said, my gosh, I'm so blessed to have you. Like, we have to say it.
Yes.
If we feel it.
True. And be thankful for it. And you don't even have to be blood. To be that close and to have that kind of connection. Yeah, exactly.
And I think I've started to hug more. Veronique's all about hugging, and
I
never
agree.
was a big hugger.
No.
But I met this woman the other day who had just lost her husband, and she was trying to find her quiet time in a store that I was in. And I knew that she needed her privacy because you're going through the grieving process. So you hesitate and think, should I hug or should I not?
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought, she can refrain from it, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I said, I want to give you a hug. And she hugged me so tight, Audrey.
Oh, you're kidding.
So tight. It was like, I'm so glad for this.
It is. It's true. Actually, I think there's scientific evidence that proves that giving a hug that's longer than the normal couple of seconds, just 10 seconds of a hug, just like releases everything, and makes someone feel that much better, because you never really, and you don't even have to know what someone's going through personally to give a hug.
I know,
if you sense it, that the need is there, do it.
I know, and then I hugged a man I hadn't seen in about 20 years at the party from Fredericton, and that was a joyful hug. So it was a pleasant weekend.
Yeah, it was also another busy weekend. The Grammys were held this weekend. The BAFTA Awards, which is the British Academy Film Awards, was this weekend, and we're going to chat about that. I didn't see any of it. I actually just watched all the previews and the reviews of everything, so I do have some information on it as well as you. I was stuck. Hockey was a big thing at my house this weekend. The Maple Leafs were playing.
Yay!
And
sorry to all those who don't like the Maple Leafs, but I'm sticking with it.
No, my husband's a huge fan of the Maple Leafs, and they pulled off a huge win Saturday night. But lost on Sunday.
Okay, but a win for a loss. I mean, you have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, that's just it.
It's a game.
So the Grammys are, of course, the big music awards,
Wow.
and you did watch a little bit.
I did until I got so tired that I had to retire. But Alicia
It's a long
Keys
show. It
was
is.
the host.
Oh, was
she's
she?
She's
Okay.
the first female host in 14 years. Isn't that something?
Really?
That's not right.
No.
What's going on there?
Oh, we need to call somebody.
She is the best, and I think
Yeah.
that she should do it every year. I mean, I know she won't and can't, but
Yeah.
my gosh, she's a gracious lady.
Oh,
she's
beautiful
so
set of
beautiful.
hinds. She is. She holds herself well, and
Well,
the way
she's-
she comes across.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Very
soul.
respectful. Yes,
I
extremely.
think she's classy and she's calming
Yeah.
because let's face it, when you have those people in the audience that are contenders for big
That's
awards,
right.
they're nervous. They
Oh,
might have to
they
get
are.
on show on stage and say words or forget their speech or trip on their dress or
Mm-hmm.
choke up on something. And so it's very nerve-wracking, but she
would
is
be.
so chill.
Is she really?
And she calmed them, and she has this gorgeous internal presence about her that's just blissful, and I could have watched her all
It
night
fills the
long.
room.
She
could
is
fill a
she's
room.
beautiful. Didn't she get on the stage with her some powerful women? She brought on Michelle Obama,
Oh, did she
the
really?
former
Okay.
First Lady, of course, and
Right.
she brought on Jada Pinkett Smith, the
Yes,
actress,
yeah.
Lady Gaga,
Oh my
and
goodness.
J Lo,
Oh,
So she
all
was-
my.
the biggies.
Yes.
So she
exactly.
surrounded herself with, like, there are many more, but she surrounded herself with those 5 outstanding women and called them her sisters. And it was a remarkable show, except for the disastrous fashions. I thought I was
Well,
going
that was
to,
my next question. How many outfits did she have? Did she must have changed a
I didn't
number
see
of
her
times?
changing a lot. No,
No?
not
Okay.
no.
No, and you didn't mind what she was wearing. It was
I
others.
wouldn't have liked it. She wore
Okay.
a turban with her hair, and she's got beautiful hair, but she had a green flowy dress on. I told my children growing up, you're never allowed to use the words fat, stupid, and ugly.
Okay.
I'm using ugly.
All of
the
them?
fashions were ugly.
Oh, were they?
Double ugly.
Oh well,
They were
I did check
breathtakingly
in.
ugly.
I did check in this morning with some of the television shows that were airing who wore what and who wore it best. And there was a lot of, being a stylist myself with hair, a lot of angles, dresses that had a lot of that. And it's very flattering to wear those shapes. The colors and the designs of things. There was one actress that looked like she was blooming out of a flower, I think it was.
Yes.
Black
That
with-
was Cardi B.
Okay.
It was
okay.
like
that was
like a
interesting.
birth of Venus. It was
Okay.
They'll be talking about that for years to come. I
No.
don't know how she even got out on the stage with it on. But Audrey,
But I mean, that's a night that you can really go over the top with whatever it is you want. And I'm by your reaction, I'm assuming it was beyond over the
well,
top.
even my dog was wincing.
Oh.
Like he was looking at the TV, and my husband was trying to watch it, and I'd go, "Oh my, what is that? What is that? What is she wearing?"
Oh, you made him watch with you?
Well, he was watching it, but
Okay.
of course, I watch the fashions, and I love music. But to me,
Yes.
I love fashion. To me, it was a disaster. I could not.
Now, what
believe-
about the men? I will say they did point out one gentleman, and I won't name names, but his suit was pink, a light pink with
Little-
silver stars on it, I think, or something.
It was atrocious.
yeah,
I'm
no.
sorry. They were
Yeah.
bad.
And feathers, a lot of feathers.
Jada Pinkett Smith's dress was okay because she had a train of feathers and it was nice.
Oh,
but
was it? Yeah.
Audrey, like,
No, you don't have a best dress. It's
Are you
mostly
joking?
not. Okay.
They
okay.
were all worst dressed.
Okay.
They all contended and they all won for worst best dressed.
Exactly. Now, do you have some of the winners? Did you who won as
Well-
far as some of the awards? Because I have some.
Well, I do and I don't. I was too shocked by these.
Okay.
I was in distress.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about movies because the BAFTA Awards were there as well, and which is the British Academy Film Awards, and I do have some information there. But you went to go see a movie because we both seen The Upside,
Beautiful.
which
Wonderful.
Kevin Hart
Yes.
and
Nicole Kidman.
yes,
And Bryan Cranston.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Yes, I didn't tell my husband what we were going to see. I said, just trust me, you'll enjoy the
You'll-
movie.
yeah,
And he
you
really
had to,
did.
for sure. It was a
It's
wonderful
based on
story.
a true story.
Yes.
It was really, really good.
Good.
And so the other movie, because I had to choose between that one and The Green Book. Now, you went to go see The Green Book.
So after I heard The Upside was so good and I did see it, I went to see Green Book, and I have to say it's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Go on.
Yes, and
Yes.
so it's the story of Dr. Don Shirley.
Because this is based on
Based
a true
on
story,
true story as well.
Okay.
And he's an African American pianist
Mm-hmm.
who is trying to go down to the deep south in the 1960s,
Almost like on
1962,
tour. He's on tour,
concert
playing
tour.
on different venues.
But needs an assistant to take him down, kind of like as
Right.
a protector, because he's
Right.
going down into Mississippi and all those.
Well,
deep,
and the
deep
thing
South
is it's the
states.
era, the time period of when
Racism.
was
Big
through
time.
the roof. Exactly.
You have to see it. Viggo
No.
Mortensen, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be so hard because his acting was superb. He's the Danish American Viggo Mortensen who had to gain 40 pounds for the movie, and so you wouldn't recognize him because he's so handsome normally.
Right.
And so is Mahershala Ali. He's a beautiful black man.
Right.
Very, very good actor. And I think for the Oscars, the Academy Awards, he's up for Best Supporting, and Viggo Mortensen is up for Best Actor.
Now, he actually got Best Supporting Actor at the BAFTA Awards.
Mahershala Ali?
He did. He
Oh,
did get
he
that.
deserves
I'm
it.
just going to run through a few of the winners because we actually, he
Yay,
won that for
good
Best
for
Supporting.
him.
Rami
Malek
for
Bohemian
Best Actor
Rhapsody.
for Bohemian
He
Rhapsody.
deserved that.
Best Film went to Roma.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I haven't seen that one. That's got Gabriela Rodriguez
Okay.
and Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay.
And one of the other ones, the reason why Bradley Cooper wasn't at the Grammys is because he was accepting an award for A Star Is Born for Best Film Music.
All right.
So he was there taking care of business there and receiving that award.
And
so
Gaga
that's why he
won 2
wasn't there.
awards last night. She
And
won.
she did.
She did win for Shallow.
No.
2 different. And
she?
Casey Musgraves won for. She was the star of the night, the country singer, Casey Musgraves.
Oh, yeah.
She
And
just-
I love country music. It's my thing. I really do.
And Dolly
I
Parton
enjoy
was
it.
recognized.
I
She won the
can't- I'm
Music
like-
Cares Award. They honored her and made a big.
I should have what is it,
Oh,
PVR'd
she's
it so that I
so
could still
sweet.
watch it myself. I
I
never
love
think of that.
her.
She is. How old would she be
I
now?
don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know the Botox is holding up really well. It is holding up really well, and everything else is holding up really well
Yes,
too.
all of it.
Yeah,
all
she's
of it.
holding
Yeah.
up.
Hair,
but you have to
gorgeous hair.
love her. She is the most down to earth,
Genuine,
beautiful lady.
beautiful
I
personality.
love her so much.
Yeah, she is. She is absolutely
yeah,
great.
no, it was fun, and I mean, there were lots of great people that won last night. I was just hoping that. The big guy, what's his name? He wasn't even there last night that won the award for the best album. He chose not to go, nor did Ariana Grande. Childish is his name. Childish didn't show up.
Oh,
And
okay.
and Ariana Grande was upset with her producer, so she pulled out. She had some bad words to say about their relationship, so she wasn't there.
Goodness.
And another big name was not there as well. So they have issues behind the scenes in
for
Hollywood.
goodness sakes. Yeah, yep, exactly. From our end of it, it looks like everything's going well and beautiful and picture perfect, but no, we're human. Everyone's human, and they do have, other stuff on their plate and things that are going on, and sometimes it's not, you're not feeling it, so you don't go.
And I'm so shocked by just the people you meet every day, like, hi, how are you? Everybody seems to have something going on, whether it's health, financial.
yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Every single person
No.
is affected by maybe something their child's going through that's bringing them down.
Yeah.
What's the
No,
expression?
their relationship, their children,
Their
home life, their
responsibilities,
work.
their health. A lot of
Their
people with
health
health
is-
issues, and you've got to just wake up, plant your feet in the floor, and say, God, thank you for this day. And do you know what I'm going to admit on air? Sometimes I'll get down on my knees and just say thank you. I'll just be at home and I'll just drop on my knees and say thank you. And I'm alone doing this, but I don't mind admitting it because that's how grateful I am for what I have.
No, exactly. That's just it. I mean, I suffer and have issues with chronic pain, but I thank God every morning that I'm able to open my eyes and still get out of bed on my own. As rickety and sore and achy as I can be sometimes, I still get to wake up and the sun is shining.
You go to the gym. You're a wonderful stylist. You own your shop. You have so many things.
There's
Audrey,
a lot,
you be proud of
but-
yourself. You be
Thank
very
you.
proud of yourself.
Thank you so much. Mind you, I'm going to say this. It's a little hard lately to get up and out of bed when it's this cold.
It's darn
Is anybody else noticing that?
Oh,
It is
it's
beyond.
fiercely cold, and I'm worried
Right?
about people falling. Like I'm crawling
Yes.
along like a 90-year-old
Because
woman.
we had rain last week, and I just want to mention the frigid cold. I bring this up because it's a huge issue for anyone being outside or anyone who is homeless or has to spend a night outside, God forbid, or your
Yes.
pets and animals. When that wind blows, it literally doubles the temperature drop for me anyway.
It takes your breath away.
Yeah, people will say, oh, it's only minus 17. And I'm like, it's minus 30 with the wind chill. Never mind the minus 17. It's minus 30 if that's what it feels like. So I really, really want to put it out there that even if you're traveling or you're waiting for a bus or different things like that, dress appropriately. Frostbite is a real thing, and it can wreak havoc. And you bring your animals in at night.
We need a homeless shelter here that's big.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be an empty church community hall or whatever, but we need a place for people that are not fortunate enough to have 4 walls around them and a roof over their head.
I agree. You know what I mean? Like
Something's
something
gotta
like
be
where they
done.
can go for 8 hours, get a
Yes.
good night's sleep.
They have them in Toronto. They have them in the big cities.
They
I've
do.
I've seen them going there, and I've seen, and my heart aches. And I'm thinking, we think that we're cold if our temperature in our house is a bit low. Imagine being out in the street.
That's just it.
And trying
it
to survive.
Actually stuns me. Like I think a lot of people think that it's not. That only happens in the big cities, but we do have things like that and issues within New Brunswick itself.
Oh, for sure.
And people are cold, and this is dangerously cold. I've actually seen stories where ambulance attendants and police are actually going out and handing out like warm clothes and mittens. There's no place to bring them to keep them out of the cold, but you know what I mean? They want them to be clothed
Well, they're
properly
human beings.
enough.
They have to be protected.
No, exactly. That's just it.
It's
So
not-
we really, and be careful with the space heaters.
Space heaters.
Space heaters and different forms of heat source.
Yeah.
I can remember, this is going way, way back, when I was a young adult and living with my girlfriends, working on my own. And it was so cold in an apartment that we were in one time that we turned on the oven and opened the door to get some heat. Dangerous, dangerous when I look back on it now, and then go to bed with that open.
But so you know what it's like to be cold. So
No,
imagine
exactly.
Being, being
It is.
in a frigid temperature.
Yeah, that's just it. So we want all our viewers to stay warm this winter, and if you see someone that's less fortunate,
Give them something. Give them a blanket. Take them some hot coffee.
A pair of warm mittens, anything like that. Just a kind gesture like that. Bring them some warm coffee.
That's right.
Exactly. We have a great show lined up for our viewers today. We have Dion Peterson, who's going to join us in just a few minutes after the break and tell us his life story. It's actually quite interesting. The good, the bad, and the ugly, I'm afraid. But it is something that I think needs to be shared, and that all of our viewers will enjoy hearing from him today. And maybe it'll just touch one person. We'll be back right after the break. Don't go away. And we're back with more Have a Chat. I'm Audrey Lynch, Judy Loge, and our guest for today, Dion Peterson. Hello, Dion.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Thank you for being here. We're so pleased. Really happy.
Appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. We have something very, very important to talk about and a story to tell, which is your story. But first, for our viewers out there that might not know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure.
I know the whole show is about you,
Exactly.
but just a little lowdown.
I was born in Blackville. Parents to Winslow and Colleen Peterson. A good life, Christian home, church. Dad worked in the woods. Mom looked after us all day. Then we went to school. Mom really didn't work until we graduated, and then she started to work. So she looked after us, made sure we were taken care of, me and my sister. Other than that, just a Blackville boy. The weekends came. I didn't drink. I didn't party. I stayed home and read bodybuilding magazines, studied anatomy and some fitness books.
So you had an interest in fitness even
I
back
did.
then as a young teenager, correct?
Well, my dad bought me a gym membership when I think I was 15 when he bought the membership at It was called Grizzly's Muscle Factory in Blackville.
That sounds pretty rugged.
It was quite a spot, homemade equipment.
Yes.
But Dad bought
Yeah.
me a 3-month membership there for $75. I still remember it. I had a little card. I kept that in my wallet for years.
Yeah.
But that was the start.
That was the start.
Happened to be a
That's
guy
where-
there by the name of Jonathan Wells. He was from Toronto. I don't know whether he knew much what he was doing, but he motivated us. And I think he read a lot of books too. So he got us started, me and my cousin Jamie Peterson. And we competed in our first competition.
At a very
But
young
yeah,
age.
I was 16, he was 17.
Ooh.
We'd only
So
trained
you
for
were
10 months or so.
Junior division back
Yeah.
then, right?
Yep, it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just it. So that's what sparked your interest in fitness.
Well, for sure.
And competing and different things like that, which
Yep.
if anyone who has seen Dion on Facebook knows that recently in the past year he's been quite successful, but we're going to get to that part of the story in the second part of our show. But we want to start this part with the actual beginning of it all and all the trials and tribulations that went to where you are today.
Right. Like I said, I don't have a lot of excuses as to my behavior, why I chose it. I had a good upbringing, good mom, good dad. I didn't have the typical story of what you hear a typical addict should be, or
Right.
the stereotypical addict.
Okay.
I think I drank more for medication, my anxiety. My mind was always going. I was
Right.
always a go-getter. So, but I found I was shy. So when I got older, especially sales, I was always into sales. I found, if I drank, I could really sell. That's what I thought. Right?
Liquor yourself.
I could, well, yes, I could tell a great story. Everybody liked me, but
It eased that tension and anxiety a little bit, and you felt
Exactly.
like you can be a little more open.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, just like anybody around here, like we all, growing up, we thought it was the thing to do. You drank,
Sure.
right? It
Right.
wasn't much to do. So, I mean, I never really thought I had a problem. I had businesses, I had jobs, I held down, responsibilities that I was supposed to be
Because
looking
you had
after.
started a business, did you not?
Yes.
After.
He trained me.
Okay. Yes. You
trained
had a
me.
local gym here
Yes,
in
he
Miramichi.
did.
That was the year
Newcastle.
2000. I opened
2000.
Ladies Designer Fitness.
Ladies Designer Fitness. Now I recall it. Now I personally have only known Dion this past year, more so because of our fitness
Interest in
journey.
bodybuilding.
Yes, exactly.
We're on the
But
stage
you've
together.
known him from way back to when he had that business.
The year 2000.
Yes.
And you were dynamic back then, and you were persuasive in a positive way, and you thought that person, yes, you were the one to say, you can do it, go, I've got your back, and just an amazing.
So you've experienced his ability to be able to train
so
people and
I-
motivate
Thank you.
people.
But above all, a beautiful person inside that has it, like has the intelligence, has the motivation, has the goodness.
I got to say the same thing to Judy. She let me drive her brand new Corvette.
Back
She
then.
just had, your husband had just bought it for
Did
you.
I really?
You pulled in, he was like, come and see my car. And it was red, and I remember I drove it
Maybe
around
I
the
was
square.
drinking, wasn't
You
I?
must have been. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
But yeah, I still
so tell
remember.
us, you have a business,
Yes.
you have a relationship, you have a child at this
Yeah,
point. Things are going
That's another
somewhat
thing.
good?
Relationships was never really that good
Okay. Okay.
at them myself.
Okay.
I didn't realize I am a selfish person. I still
Okay.
am a selfish person to a certain extent.
Right.
But then I guess I was so driven with business, money, succeeding, that I just put everything into that and really
Okay.
didn't pay as much attention
Attention to your
to
relationship.
the relationships as I should have.
Definitely.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
And I would party, and I would go and drink and do this and that and so on. There's only so much a woman can put up with.
That's
Right?
right.
At
No,
the end
that's
of the day.
Exactly.
true.
Eventually, as life goes on, because we're jumping here,
Yeah.
it basically, this big downhill spiral probably started with the end of a relationship
Ship.
that I had.
Which devastated you.
It did. I had a gym at the time. Basically, what I did is I just walked out of there and went to the bar next door and never
Right.
looked back.
Pardon me, would you
Exactly.
say from a young age, though, you know how people you said drank for something to do when the
Yeah.
boys all got together, would you admit to yourself or to us that you have an addictive personality?
Oh, 100%.
100% addictive
Yes.
personality.
I'm either, I can honestly sit here and tell you, I have to harness fitness. I have to put the brakes on my competitive nature because that's an addiction.
Okay.
Because
can be,
I
yeah.
did 4 shows last year. Everybody looks at me like, yay, Dion's healthy, he's doing this. It's real hard on your body.
It sure
It is.
I don't want to say lucky because I'm not lucky, but I'm one of these people who don't get super fat.
No,
Okay, now I watch my
Genetically,
diet.
you tend to
genetically,
stay.
but I
Yep.
still eat clean and I still train to stay lean. So, like for me, I get super lean. So
Yeah.
I'm not very healthy at these shows and
No,
dehydrated
exactly.
and
It
things.
is.
So I have the ability in my head, oh, well, this
To
is
push
better than
yourself.
drinking. So, I had a bit of a scare in Fredericton. This was last fall. I had overdid it with dehydration, trying to look my best, sucking the water out. So you have that stone granite look that the judges
Chiseled.
want. Yes,
Yes.
in my category. And man, backstage, I had a little bit of a dizzy spell there. Didn't know if I was going to be able to come back on stage, but thank God I had my coach, Dion Peterson.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy, you got this.
Your
Bear me
electrolytes
down."
get all
No,
messed
does.
up.
no,
It does.
that's just it. So going back
So that's
to
where I'm going is,
Yeah.
yes, very addictive
Addictive
personality.
Like to
personality.
gamble, like
Well,
other
gambling,
things
not,
too?
No,
Nope.
not really.
No.
Nothing like that.
I had that problem,
Oh, you did.
of
Right.
course, because when you're trying to fund your addiction,
Yeah.
maybe
No.
you're down your last $20, $100.
Desperate.
And you
You
think
go
you can
fire,
double it
you know,
or
20
triple
bucks in
it.
that gamble machine. Oh, I hope I win. I'll, you
Yeah.
know, last me for 2 or 3 days party, right?
Yeah.
So there was that in my life,
Okay.
you know.
Right.
That was there
That
for
was
sure.
part of it. So the relationship ends, you throw yourself into your business, but at the same time, after hours, now you're going out to the bars and things like that. And things
Womanizing.
are spiraling out of control, correct?
Exactly, because I'm lonely. Then,
Right.
right? Really
That's just
lonely.
it.
Reaching out.
So, because at some point,
sure.
you leave Miramichi and go to your uncle's out west.
Yeah.
So
Gonna
what
leave
led
my
up to
problems,
that?
Going to run away
You
from
think,
my problems.
okay.
So
right.
you took all your problems though with you.
For
Because
sure.
you
We always
lost
do.
everything at this end, your relationship, your
Everything.
business.
Yep. I
right?
had my parents and sister still supporting me at that time.
Okay,
Hadn't burned that bridge yet.
okay.
I get out there. Life doesn't change. I just jump right back into a job at Gold's Gym, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sell memberships. I can personal train. I couldn't. How could I? I wasn't
Because you
practicing
still
what I
had
preached.
this other little shadow
You got
following
it.
you.
I was drinking every night, and and it just
Showing
I
up to
wasn't
train
healthy.
somebody smelling like
got it.
alcohol.
You got it. And I
Right?
wasn't working out.
Okay,
So I mean, you can look at yourself in the
Mm-hmm.
mirror, and I'm my worst critic.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, you're not looking the part, right?
You drank every
No.
day,
Oh yeah,
every single day.
yeah. I would drink after work. I wasn't drinking through work then, but I would be still hungover when I hit work. I would drink a case of beer, 8 to 12. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
because
And
you're
you
not gaining weight, you're not getting heavy, you're actually
No.
getting thinner and
I'm-
starting to
you-
look not
you got
well. Mm-hmm.
it. I'm losing muscle mass because, with cortisol, your stress
Right.
hormone, alcohol just is so bad
Eats
for
away at
muscle,
it.
eating it away. And I was a skinny guy as it was, kind of. So, I didn't get real chunky fat like the beer belly, really. I just kind
No.
of got sickly,
Unhealthy
right?
the other way, looking
And the
sickly.
liver
Yep.
values are up, right? So
Right,
you're
for
starting
sure.
to look a little on the yellow side too,
Yeah.
right? And
So then you
I'm very
start-
alert on what I was, and I was
Yeah.
seeing my body change. Stopped really even showing any part of me, covered up a lot. I'm still like that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I cover up a lot, didn't want anyone to see me, which is funny. I get on stage
No.
with
I know.
not
No,
much on
we're
me.
not much on yet.
But
and this
people
is-
have
this
to
is me.
recognize alcoholism is a disease, and I think a lot
Yeah.
of people feel that it's not, and which is unfortunate. They don't understand it, that it gets
No.
a hold of you,
Yes,
and
slow.
it runs your life.
No, and it can lead
It's a
to
slow
other
one,
things which
alcohol,
happened
for
to
me
you
it
out
was.
west.
Slow.
Well, yes. I mean, out west, getting back to that, it was just I couldn't hold down a job. Drank, chased women. That was my dad used to say that to me. He says, "You don't have a drinking problem, you have a female problem." A
Womanizing.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Sex
Thinking.
addiction?
don't know why. No,
Not sex addiction.
No.
No, I
No.
guess.
Sex addiction
is just a
no, but I
relationship.
guess. I guess
Wanting to have
that,
someone in
that
your life
would be
that
part
cared.
of it, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
But in the end, it was more of
Someone
wanting
who-
someone to want you.
Someone
Yeah.
wanting
Yeah.
you.
Someone to love you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like the more likes you get on Facebook, the
Oh.
more you think you're popular.
Yeah.
Right. So kind of, I
was
guess
a
in your heart, because you're so broken,
Yeah.
anyone
It's
that likes
fulfilling.
me, it lifts you up because don't think about that
That's
dirt.
right. They're
that
attracted to
filthy
you
stuff,
still.
that
Yeah.
you are. Exactly.
Yes.
No,
Exactly.
exactly. That's just it. So you ended up getting into some hardcore drugs
Yeah,
out west.
I did.
At what point? Like at a party, or just introduced on the street,
I
or
had dabbled throughout life with like acid, mushrooms, things like that. All taken by mouth, obviously.
Yeah.
But I found cocaine out west.
yeah.
And it was like, man, this is cool. I do this stuff. Every woman wants me. I can get every woman. I can stay up
This
all
is your perception
Yeah,
from
well,
within.
exactly. That's what I'm
Right?
saying. You can stay up and drink all night, right? But wow, that was a different beast.
The low,
the
so
depression,
low.
the depression I would
Depression.
get.
Yeah.
Something I didn't like grab onto it. It was more if it was there and free, I used it. I never really bought it. It kind of scared me.
Okay.
It was a few years later, you know, like when I left out west.
Right.
I mean, that's where my first taste of homelessness was.
Yes.
I broke
that's
my
right.
ankle. Yeah, I
Got to
broke my
touch
ankle.
on that little story. While you were at West,
I
you broke your
broke my ankle. I'm in the hospital. They want to operate. I say no, don't operate, don't want steel rods. So they just put a little cast on it and put me out. I walked out the door. I had nowhere to go. I'm homeless.
No,
This is the
because
middle.
your uncle had said, that's it.
My uncle had said, okay,
That's
I can't
it.
live here no more.
Is this the
Okay.
winter?
Yes.
It's the
right?
winter.
It's the
This is the
winter
winter.
in where?
And it was an uncle that really, I had jumped around from house to house
Yeah.
for the last
Right.
couple months, right? And finally I got myself into a racket where I got my ankle broken. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Place I shouldn't have been,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And put me out on the side of the street there, basically. And it was like this. It was cold and slushy. And it was bad. And I had nowhere to go.
And no money?
Not a cent. I had $15 or something in my pocket.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
Yeah, because I
Dion.
went straight to the liquor store. Went looking anyway. So I got myself a pint. No beer this time. I got myself a pint. And I knew this old homeless guy. I'd always give him cans. Honest to God, his name was Jack. Big beard on him. He'd push a cart, and I knew him well. I'd give him clothes. All the time I'd see this guy going by my old apartment. And here I was with him.
Yeah, but you know, that's
You
what
know?
I'm saying. You're a good person deep down. That's in you.
Yeah.
So he
and
showed
now
me the ropes
he's showing you the ropes.
of homelessness, yes. He looked after me for a few days. Really did, you know.
That
helped
must
me
have
get
been a
it warm,
humbling
showing me
experience
the
alone.
soup kitchens, the places, you know, where we could get some shelter, some
Unbelievable.
coffee. He was an alcoholic, so, you know, I was able to drink off him and
Yes.
so on and so forth. He wasn't a drug addict. He was a street bum drunk, you know, stereotypical someone would walk by and laugh at and make fun of, but had a heart of gold. I still think he was a little angel
Oh, I see.
that God put in my life at that
yeah,
time
no one's
put
because
in
he
your
wasn't
path.
pretty, you know.
No.
And you know what I'm saying,
But
right?
tried hard.
No.
Yeah.
You
so
know.
That's just
then
it,
to go
so.
from homelessness, gee, that's a huge story.
No,
It's-
that is. It
So
absolutely
that
is.
basically was my first touch of it. It got to a point where I cried out, you know, got to get out of here. Spent that winter healing up. Mom and Dad let me come back, actually, so I came back and I stayed at Mom and Dad's, but I just couldn't behave. I kept coming into Miramichi from Blackville, partying, getting drunk, staying out all hours of the night. They couldn't put up with it. And then finally, one night that I really regret, you know, I always used to get my mom these great big bottles of champagne every year at New Year's. This one's rough. They left the house one night, and I went up and I drank every single one of them, and there was like 5, 6 from
Oh,
every
she
year.
had saved them.
Oh yeah, they're not even opened. Just beautiful champagne things that I would get her for the New Year, right? She didn't
Yeah.
drink.
Right.
I drank I think I drank all of them. My mom and dad had to do something that night. I'm sure that near killed them. I woke up to 2 RCMP officers shaking me. I was on probation. I'm not supposed to drink.
Right. 'Cause
How
you're
did
on
I
probation.
get on probation? I had a drunk driving charge, or you know,
Right.
there's some things were missing,
All
right?
these things led up.
Yeah. And they drugged me off. I don't think I spent a whole lot of time that time. It wasn't very long. I think I might
In
even got
prison?
released. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I got released within a couple of days on another undertaking. And
Okay.
more
Jail. Are you
rules.
talking jail?
Yeah,
We're
or-
talking jail.
just
or
just,
male
just kind of a
jail?
mini jail.
Yeah,
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 I
not
just
a-
got held
not the
till I
prison
seen
yet.
the judge, right? But I would never listen on probation. They'd catch me coming out of the bars drunk, you know, so I'm back here. Everyone knows me.
Yeah.
Every police officer knows me. Thank
Yeah.
you. I love most of you. Really, I do. A lot of my friends.
So you were
because they
what
cared.
they call a repeat offender at this time.
Well,
Yeah.
you're likable, right?
Well,
You're
and they
not- you
seen
know,
me
you're-
at like, what is going on with you, Dion? You know, like you're not cut. This is not you,
No.
right?
no.
Like, what are you doing? You know, like.
Remember the day I met you at the
Yes,
service
out
station?
by Schulten's.
And you were down and out. And
It was
you
a bad
took-
day that day.
It was a bad day.
Yep.
And
I
you-
tried to put on a nice little smile.
I know you did.
For you.
You broke my heart.
Didn't I help pump your gas, or you
I
had
think
trouble
you
getting
did,
your?
but you
yeah.
broke my heart.
Yeah, I was sick that day.
I know you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I was probably on the shakes because when I would drink, well, I just didn't like being sick.
But the
No,
withdrawals must
exactly.
be wicked from
Oh,
drugs
I
and
used to near
alcohol.
die.
No.
You can ask my
exactly.
girlfriend Crystal.
Yeah.
I would love her. Put through me everything that I could possibly do, probably to her, I've done, and she stayed by me through
Yeah.
all this.
Exactly. So this,
yeah,
this
like,
small
you know-
little jail time, like just, short story,
Yeah,
long
there's
story
so
short,
much.
before we go to break, that led to actual prison time.
Yes,
Correct?
I just
the
wouldn't
repeat
listen.
offender.
I just wouldn't
Okay.
listen. I ended up in Fredericton. This is my
Right.
big offense. Another
Okay.
trip. I traveled, man. I drank and I traveled and I hitchhiked in a backpack full of liquor, and
Okay.
that's how I lived. I really
Yeah,
did. You know,
exactly.
all over the place, wherever I could find a spot. You know, get me on Facebook, get me on something. I'd talk to somebody, and you know,
No, exactly.
Find a
Because
way.
that
Hustle.
became your social network,
exactly
right?
hustle something, right?
Exactly,
So I get
okay.
over there, and
Well, what we're going to do
Yeah.
is we're going to actually take a short commercial break.
Sure.
We're going to jump back when we come back and chat a little bit about what prison was
Yeah.
like, the full-on prison, and how you brought it all around. So to our viewers, don't go away. We'll be back with more Have a Chat after the break. Welcome back to Have a Chat. We've been talking with our guest Dion Peterson with his life story and about his story of the streets to the stage. So
streets
we
to
were
stage.
chatting a little bit earlier about the bad stuff and the jail time and things like that. So now at one point you actually get arrested and sentenced and you're off to the big house. Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Not church.
Truth for me.
No.
Like I say, under the influence, you do a lot of stupid things. I was in Fredericton. I had nowhere to go. Once again, no money. Intoxicated. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Starts to rain. Oh man, it rained and rained and rained. So I just went around the vehicles. I started checking doors. Finally found one that opened. Real nice, fancy, brand new truck, brand new Chevy.
Keys
I laid
are in
down.
it?
Well, I laid down,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because I'm wet, and I lay down.
Cold.
I lay down on the seat. I shouldn't laugh about this, but this is the devil, right? This is the temptations when everything's going wrong. It's just like, oh, something good in my life, but it's
Right.
not good.
No.
Keys are hanging there. I turn the ignition and a full tank of gas. Well, in drive it goes. I'm in Fredericton. Anyone knows this area. My mind's thinking I'll just go to Montreal.
And you're drunk.
Oh, I'm plastered.
Oh my gosh.
I'll drive to Montreal. What am I thinking? Going to sell this? Or maybe I watch too many movies, right? That's why you're, wet
Yes.
brain, right? So I take off and I floor this vehicle, whatever it'll go. And the governor is kicking out and it won't go any faster. I'm passing everything on the highway.
No.
Something hit me inside, like it always has, and I could tell you 100 stories. Just went, Dion. And I just, I got real tired. And I was like, still driving. Dion, pull over, you're going to kill somebody in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired. I could just feel this tiredness come over me.
A heaviness.
Oh man, I just
Yeah.
like somebody gave me a sleeping pill right there.
Okay.
I pulled over in the side. It was an old truck stop.
Right.
Threw up in park, and that's really all I remember. I woke
Until?
up to 2 pretty large RCMP officers knocking on the window. I opened the door. Beer cans fall out. I'm reeking like liquor. I just said, guys, I'm going to save you a lot of time. I'm in
Yeah.
a lot of trouble here. Like,
Yeah.
I proceed to tell them probation and all. Jump ahead. I get to see the judge. Okay.
Right.
I never really had this. I've been getting slapped on the wrist
Wrist
so
all
far,
along.
I guess, right? You know.
Right. Some breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get in there. The Crown prosecutor comes to me. She says, "I got a good deal for you." And I said, "What's that?" She says, 8. 8 what? I said, 8 days. She says, "No, you're looking at 8 months." I said, 8 months.
8 months.
Drunk driving,
in
stolen
jail.
vehicle.
And
Yeah.
you had never
Breaches,
done anything
breaches,
more than
breaches.
30 days,
No,
correct?
no.
Okay.
Wow.
8
So
months.
bango, here I go. I still remember that feeling. So they marched me into Madawaska, do the regular strip, naked, spread them, all that sort of stuff, the fun stuff, humiliating part. And then they put me in max
Security.
unit.
What?
I was considered at that time like I wasn't evaluated. I was a new offender, right? So they didn't know whether or not to be violent or not, right?
No.
Okay.
So
So
until
they err on the
assessed
side
it-
of caution and
course.
stick you in maximum security.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
So
I don't even want to go there on my
I'm in
thoughts
there with
on
like
that one.
6 or
But
7 people who were on their way to the pen, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
this is provincial time.
Yes.
They're on their way to federal. So it was scary. A lot of stories, a lot of violence, a lot of threats.
you had to learn quite quickly how to
real quick.
survive in there.
Real quick, a lot of
Right.
fights.
Yeah.
They want to bounce you, what's called, off the unit when you come on there to see if you're made of anything.
If you're made of anything.
So if you back down, you're going to end up in a PC, protective custody, where they think
okay.
nothing but child molesters and
It's a good
Okay.
thing you've got some
Rapists
toughness
go, right?
about you, though, Dion.
Well,
At least you got
No.
you've got
I had
a
to.
lot of
Yeah.
inner grit there.
well, I knew
No.
I was there for a long time.
Yeah, but you're
I
a
mean,
fighter.
he had to
right?
learn little simple things from our little mini interview that we had prior to this, and just simple things like you're not allowed to whistle.
Yeah, whistling.
Which
I
I'm
was
like,
walking around one morning,
that's
actually
a
having a
rule
pretty
in
good morning
prison.
in jail there.
Yeah.
Had my little earphones on because you had a little bit of a stereo. Not
Right.
much, don't get much reception.
Right.
Something come on there and I was just, ooh, man, I'll get a guy
And you
grab
get
me
in
by the
trouble
chest.
from the inmates.
Oh, yeah, man, you're going to get your head beat in. You
Right.
do that much, right? You really will.
Because there's a story
There's
behind
a story.
that.
I don't know all the story. Anyone that's
Yeah.
done time out there, if they're
They
hearing
know.
this story, you know what I'm saying. It goes back a long time, and it's just a no-go. And certain names that you can call people in jail that you can, I can say, hey, quit goofing around to you. That's fine. Let me call somebody a goof inside. You're like, ooh, man.
Okay.
No, that's not.
Right? You
Yeah,
got-
so
you
there's
got
a
rough.
social aspect of it that you have to, as if you're brand new, you're
You
the
got
new
it.
kid in town.
And I'm not saying I'm special,
No.
but you got to understand something here, too. A lot of these guys, they weren't raised real good neither.
Right.
So
No.
they're not real mentally stable.
No.
Now, I got mental problems, and I had mental problems, but these guys were ticking time bombs, right? There was no negotiation. Like, 1 minute they're your friend, the next day,
Turn on you.
oh, yeah.
The enemy.
Yep. They come over and they
Okay.
say, I want your eggs. I want your orange. No, buddy, I got to eat that.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to take it or we're going to fight for
Threatening
it, right?
it, yeah.
Yes.
So you did the whole 8 months there?
Served 5.5.
Okay.
Okay.
And then walk
Good
us through
behavior, I
that
guess, but-
afterwards. And then so you got out.
Then I got out, and your typical old story. And everybody who's done time, who's like me, can understand what I'm about to say. You get out, you got nothing, but I get a welfare check, social development check.
Right.
$537. Okay? That's because you've served more than 30 days. So you'll get that.
Okay.
You don't need an
That's
address.
an automatic.
Don't need an address or nothing.
Right.
So what does
They
guys
give
like
you
me
this
normally
check
do?
and send you out on your own.
Well, I normally got a place landed before I get out because I've talked to the programmer and
Okay.
we got to have a release plan, right?
Yes.
So I'm going right back to the guys I left, okay?
Right.
Because they'll take
Yeah.
me in. I did some time. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit hard now. They'll take me in. So you're going right back into here's a beer,
Same old, same
right?
old.
Here's a line of speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, buddy, take some ecstasy. No, no, no. I'm all jacked up then, bud.
Yeah,
I'm
all kinds of
180
time to
pounds. I'm
lift
jacked
weights
up.
and-
I'm looking healthy. You can fight it for a while.
Right.
And I did. I would fight it every time for a week or two. Eventually, my good intentions,
Right.
all them things I do in jail, because I
Right.
did a lot, man. I did so many Bible study courses.
Yeah.
And anything I could plug, only mail only, because there's really nothing inside as far as programs on the provincial level.
Yeah,
There's
to
more
prepare
now.
for you to survive on the outside.
yeah.
That was one of the things too from our little mini interview that I was surprised that there's nothing there within the prison system at that level to help
Resources.
to bring you back in and to be able to survive and
Live
stand
on the
your-
outside
live
again
on
and
the
stay
outside
clean.
again.
And stay clean.
It's very,
stay
very
clean.
hard because you don't have nothing, right? And you
No.
mentioned when I was sitting
Yeah,
there,
a
you
place
said
to live and
you
a
said
job
even
and-
just about homeless people and how cold it is
Well,
outside.
yes, and that it means something to just get past a
I
warm
sit
sweater,
there and
hot
I was
coffee.
thinking in my head, you know how many times I used to walk these streets and say the same thing?
Yeah.
Thank God for Salvation Army. Give them
Right.
a thumbs
yes,
up.
I do.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if it's because I used to have my first gym there or not, and God's really trying to show me something.
Yeah.
But when I was out and had nothing and no place to go,
Right.
they would pay and put me up in a hotel on these
There you
freezing
go.
nights when I had nowhere to go.
No, good people.
Okay.
Right?
Exactly.
So there was help, don't get me wrong.
No.
But on the social development end,
And?
for guys like me,
Right.
I understand they got a job to do. They see people snorting it up their nose, drunks,
Yeah.
Needles going in.
right, and they're working
Yeah.
the system.
But there should be something else out there
There's
for
gotta
those
be
who are
something.
trying to make better,
There's got to be something.
to do better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Right?
got to get to where you got clean and
Yeah,
what.
so the
There we go.
Harvest House.
Yeah.
I do want to bring that
Ooh.
up because the Harvest House is a very, very good organization that's out there. I've heard of it through my brother-in-law, Ted Lynch.
Yes.
He is a very big promoter of that as well, and I've met a few of the gentlemen from there that have gone through that program.
Yeah.
So that's where you end up.
Your saving grace.
It was. Thank God, Judge Friel, may he rest in peace. That man
Sent you
was
there.
a judge, and I
Okay.
loved him. He sentenced me before the time in jail. You know, I
Right.
deserved it. I'd go. This one time, it was the last time I ever saw him. I looked at him and I said, I'm in and out of jail. It's not working.
There's got to be
Please,
something.
I got a man, because I'd written Harvest House. I said, I have a man here in the courtroom today who will take me to Moncton for a 9-month program. I was looking at 4 months in jail
Right.
or 9 months treatment. I picked the treatment anytime. It's what I was
Right.
looking for,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So, man, I felt some good leaving there that day. And I got in with a guy named Randy, and he was just awesome. Awesome. Made me feel like $1 million right there, okay? So, I mean, I didn't have to wear the old gray stuff. The minute we got
No.
down there, get those things off you. And, you know, they
Felt
had
like a
clothes.
human being.
Yes,
Yeah.
clothes and good
A
food.
sense of
and
normalcy
treated,
and
yes, and a little bit of
routine.
freedom,
Right.
right?
A little
Not
bit
too
of
much to
freedom.
hang myself, but a little bit of freedom.
Right, right.
Right. But I learned so much there.
Did you really?
I learned, I always had God near me all my life, even as
Right.
a boy. I would pretend I was a preacher, you know?
Okay.
But I got away from it because of the religion. And
Yeah.
religion condemned me and made me feel bad. But when I got
Right.
into the Harvest House, I learned about faith and grace.
Redemption.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
So
It
I
gave
started
you a
forgiving
different
myself.
look on faith,
Yeah, you have to-
right? And religion.
Love. I learned how to
Yeah.
have a relationship with people.
Even yourself a good relationship.
Yeah, that
How
was
did you
that
be
was
good to
normal.
Because if you don't
No
like
strings
you,
attached, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
You
have
have
to
to like you and love yourself before anyone else can love you.
Exactly.
You know what
Feel
I mean? And
worthy.
have faith and believe in you.
Right.
You had to believe in yourself
Exactly.
first. And the Harvest House Harvest
sure
House helped you with that.
Oh,
correct?
totally.
So the
It
motto
set me
is
on
faith to fitness then.
faith, fitness, but you
No,
got it.
That's just it. So now you're on the. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, just
Yep.
because we want to get to all
For
the
sure.
good stuff that's happening to you right here and right now. So tell us a little bit about once you're do your program, because you did the 12-step program
I did.
twice.
I did, like, yeah,
unfortunately,
unfortunately.
it took you twice, but
I
it's done.
had a slip during the Harvest
Right.
House.
Okay.
I don't call it a slip, but everyone uses that term. I decided to go get drunk,
Okay.
and
yeah.
they basically gave me a slap on the wrist with a timeout. You know,
Okay.
didn't send me back to jail, thank God. Okay. So I served 30-day suspension and then was allowed back into the recovery program after I did a drug test and
Okay.
all this stuff, right? So,
Exactly. So you get back to the gym, though, is the
yes,
main thing,
back
right?
in the gym when I'm at Harvest House, I'm
Okay.
actually pulling the boys. I'm like, come on, let's go to the YMCA. So we kind of get a little faith and fitness program going
Right,
there at
okay.
Harvest House, which I
right.
felt pretty proud of because
Yep.
I felt like I was making use maybe of my skills
You
and
were.
talents,
No.
you know,
And helping
And there
others.
you are,
doing some lat pull
doing
downs.
some lat pull downs.
at
Yeah,
you.
I do
Yep.
change my hoodie, you know. from
Yeah,
time to
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
I only got one
You're not
red
wearing
one.
the same one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, that's just it. So you find solace in this.
I do.
Right?
Man, I pray when I'm at the church. I call my gym
That
the
gym
church.
is your church.
I really do.
Yeah, you can pray anywhere.
For me, it's mind, body, and spirit, but it's more
Mm-hmm.
than that. It's more about giving it out now. Now that I feel like, you know what, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm not great, but I think I'm okay here. I'll venture out and try to help some other people now because I don't
Okay.
like letting people down, right?
No.
So,
To get back to your first interest when you first started a business, which was to help other people to train to be healthy and fit.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So you put it out there. You put yourself out there. But last year you also put you out there.
Yeah,
Correct?
big time.
Like, because you had competed before.
Yep.
And now you decide, okay, I'm going to compete again and do 4 shows in 1 year. I'm assuming,
Amazing.
yeah, exactly, how
Well,
you brought that right
it was
around.
just skip real quick. I'm going to
Okay.
be 44 in April. Okay?
44 in
I
April.
was turning 40. It was coming my birthday. I bailed out of Moncton. I weighed 113 pounds.
Oh my.
Oh, my land.
I was heavily addicted to methamphetamines by this
Okay.
time. Heavily. You wouldn't even recognize me.
Yes.
I bailed. I came back. My first client, Jake Stewart. Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
First
Wow.
client, we went to Renew's gym and we started. Okay? Now,
Mm-hmm.
for the last 4 years, I've had ups and downs.
Yes.
But no methamphetamines in me for the last 4 years.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've had a drink here and there. that's on me.
Okay.
But I'm more proud of the fact that things keep moving forward.
For sure,
Right?
they will too.
Exactly. And not to be ashamed of it.
No, exactly. That's the biggest thing. Even when you take 2 or 3 or 4 steps forward, you
Yeah.
take one back. That's
Exactly.
okay. It's not the end
You're
of the
making
world as long
big
as you're making progress.
strides.
So
No,
we decided to
exactly.
make a comeback at 40. Got on stage last year.
Right.
Won the novice classic physique.
Oh my
One.
gosh.
I was pretty happy.
You're one
Yes.
determined man. Good for
Got
you.
7th place in the open.
In
So
the open class.
not
Yeah.
real good. So I buckled down, and my coach Dion Peterson said, "You can get better than that."
Yeah.
So I pulled off a huge amount of body fat.
Okay.
I didn't think I was that fat, but apparently I was.
Apparently.
Went into the Flex Lewis
No.
Classic a few
Yeah.
months later. I won the lightweight bodybuilding
Imagine.
and took 2nd in the
Wow.
Classic. So I was pretty pumped for that. Now I'm on a mission, right? I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. It's starting to get back in my blood. So then I did 2 shows back to back, the New Brunswick Championships in Fredericton and the St. John Classic in St. John, obviously.
20
That's where
Yes.
Dion and I hung out a little bit
That's
more
where-
often because
'Cause you
I
were
did
hitting
the
it.
Fredericton and I said, oh, only 2 weeks more.
Amazing.
Turn around and do St.
Yep.
John and try to pull it off as well.
You
And
got
at
it.
my age, I was able to place as well in my category.
Determined
You
people.
No, that's just it.
So God blessed me on those 2 shows.
No, exactly.
I say
Now,
to
do you
people,
find
they say, what'd you win? I say, we won her all.
Oh,
yeah,
No, God
exactly.
gave it to me all. I look in my little trophy cabinet there now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just trophies and they're just medals.
Right.
But if you knew how much I lost and how much I gave away,
That's right.
and I didn't even care about, that when I look
Right.
at them now, like, it's not real gold, but it's, I
No.
look and it's just to me, a reflection.
Accomplishments.
It's
They're
a
a reflection, not of
yeah,
just of that particular moment,
Of
but
what's
the
coming.
journey it took to get there.
Exactly.
And can I
Right?
just say, from having hit bottom, that you must really empathize with those who have walked the walk that you walk, because you can now say, I know what they feel. I know that
do.
know that they're hurting. I know that they're
Yeah.
lonely. I know that they're hurting. You've been there.
I do.
So you can
I
reach
guess
out and help
we all
people.
have a soft spot for certain things in our life. And one thing this has really made me, it might sound funny, but I used to have sympathy, right? I feel
less-
sorry
yeah.
for them, right? I don't so much. I have friends now that still have needles hanging out of their arms.
Right.
And I don't feel sorry for them. Okay? It's not a sorriness.
It's not a sorriness. It's
No,
not a
I have a lot of
sympathy. What is it?
empathy. I
Yeah,
do,
empathy's
you know,
the word,
and
yeah.
I've
Right.
been there, but you can't help them. So what's sad is when you get sober, and people are going to know this,
Yeah.
it's sad and it's lonely for a while because you kind of got to prove yourself.
You did.
But you got to get rid of all those people who.
Surround yourself with all those people that aren't doing the things that they're going to
Exactly.
make you
So that's hard.
brought down.
That's hard.
That
That's
is.
because you're turning your back on your friends.
know, but
you
it's
think,
gonna be-
But you
but
know you're going to
Dion-
be right back in it.
That's just it. Dion, we're almost out of time. We want to mention that you are now Genetics Fitness.
Yes.
You actually have a business.
We're
apparel.
starting. We're
You're
trying.
starting up.
Yep.
We can find you on Facebook
You
if we're
sure
hunting
can.
for
Genetics Fitness Training. We're at River City Fitness Club only.
Beautiful.
At
Only.
River City
You're
Fitness
at
Club.
River
Yeah,
City
beautiful.
Fitness.
Mark
One-on-one
Downey,
personal training.
Amanda.
you. Yep.
Individually designed programs.
Perfect.
Okay.
Meal plans.
Meal plans.
Everything you could possibly
Anything you need
Even
to
if
get
you're not
results.
looking to compete.
Yes.
Looking to just get healthy and
1%
get fit.
of my clients want to compete.
Great. Thank you so much
We're
for
so
joining
proud
us
of you.
today.
Keep up the
Dion.
great work.
Thanks, guys, for having
Yes,
me.
we'll have you back again.
Would love
Perfect.
to.
Thanks so much. And thank you for watching us here at Have a Chat. Have a great day, and we'll
Great
see you
week.
again next week.